Yeah.
100%. I mean, that's a label that's never given into the mainstream. They've always just put out, heavy, hard records that by bands that they like. It's just not that's made for the mainstream.
Okay. Now, reading about how you guys are wanting to basically rip people's faces off, what sort of reviews have you kind of seen on, the band that really, stuck out to you, or that was kind of original? What kind of statements have you read about you guys? Or do you...
I would say for the last record, those are the ones that I guess the most fresh on the brain.
Right.
It was cool to hear, big publications kind of speak of us in the same vein as bands like Slayer, Testament, and Pantera. It was just kind of cool to hear that kind of shit, just to say that, our record has the potential to be this impactful and this influential in modern day metal.
Right.
And it just to hear stuff like that, it doesn't mean that everyone agrees with that, but to hear big publications say shit like that really kind of it feels good to me personally, because I grew up listening to metal and hardcore, and it's just, I'm a big fan of all that, of all real, heavy music, and to hear that stuff from people that actually write about it does mean a lot to me.
And when you're referring to big publications, who are you referring to? Are you referring to like a Billboard or a Rolling Stone, or?
No, I'm talking more the stuff that actually covers, heavy music. Like
a Revolver or even an AP?
Yeah, that, Maniacs, and
okay.
Dudes, Kerrang, just to get 4Ks or 5Ks in Kerrang, that meant a lot to us as well, because that means people overseas are digging our stuff as well.
Yeah, and obviously there's recognition going back to you, and obviously as you were coming from. Lyrically,
it's cool to get nice words, about the band and Rolling Stone and stuff too. That's something that doesn't come all that often.
Yeah.
We did get a review for a record, Uncle Storm in Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
It was a positive one, which is cool.
Yeah.
But that's stuff that we don't hold too much stock in.
Right.
It's more or less the people that really do make a living out of covering hard music.
Right. Gotcha.
More important.
Lyrically, when you guys write, I know that you guys are basing your own experiences on a personal level. With this kind of thing, I mean, is this premeditated when you're kind of writing, or are you kind of, I guess, writing on the spur of the moment, or do you actually put yourself in a situation, and then you wait a week or a couple of days and then you start writing? Like, what's the writing process for you guys when it comes to that sort of thing?
The lyrics are all done by me.
Right.
And I always carry a notebook with me.
Okay.
On tour, and at home I always have it with me as well. And
yeah.
If that's not with me by chance, I have my BlackBerry. I have an idea or something that just comes to me. I'll just write it down and just send it to myself. And that's just an idea that I have, something that happened in life that might inspire me to write about it. And when we actually get songs written at practice, and the songs are actually complete, and the song hits me in a certain way, like the songs each have a different mood
right.
to them. And then I'll just go over what I have, experienced over the past, year or two or 6 months, what have you. And I'll go over what I've, written down.
Yeah.
And whichever, experience ties most in with the mood I feel for that song.
Right.
That's how I actually kind of get the lyrics down for that tune.
Right. Well, what kind of personal problems are you typically writing about? I mean, like that you're referring back to. I mean, what sort of things are you relating to?
It's a whole variety of things. I mean, for the last record, the song "Sanctity of Brothers" it was inspired by a good friend of mine that died of an overdose.
Okay.
And the song, it wasn't meant for me to dwell on his passing. It was more like just to look back at the good times that we shared as kids growing up.
Right.
Just kind of knowing that we'll always have that. He'll always have that, and it just kind of it was something that I think I personally had to do to help myself get through passing of a friend.
So obviously you're using it as more of a therapeutic process as well, obviously.
Yeah, I think this last record was. The Oncoming Storm was a bit more political because there was a bunch of there was a handful of things going on, especially with American politics, that I didn't quite agree with, and I had to get those off my chest.
Yeah.
In this record, as far as lyrics go, the next one we're working on, I haven't really dipped into it too much. I haven't really found my emotional capture quite yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this record's going lyrically, but both of our last two records have had their kind of points of interest for me.
Okay. Now, I was just going to ask about the new record. What stage are you guys at right now, or are you just kind of where you're at, and do you see yourselves at some point stating, hey, this album will be out at this period of the year, or, I mean, are you at that point
Yeah,
yet?
I mean, there's definitely penciled in goals right now of going into studio by sometime in June. We believe we're going in with Adam D. That's definitely our goal, to go back in with him.
Okay.
Record will likely be out sometime in October.
Yeah.
But right now, it's all hearsay.
Of course,
it's all stuff that might happen, because we have about a half a dozen songs that are complete with music.
Yeah.
And I do have to get the lyrics down. I have some rhythms, vocal rhythms down, but nothing is 100% finished. And it's going to take us some more time to finish all this stuff. But right now, I would say the best case scenario is the record is going to come out sometime in early October.
Okay, and when do you think you'll be finishing up on the recording process? At least that. I mean, how long are you going in the studio for?
If we go in early to mid-June, we should be out in mid to late July.
Right.
And then,
okay.
I know we're going over to Wacken in Germany to play that festival in early August.
Yeah.
We're really hoping that we're done with the studio by that time. So that's kind of our goal.
That's awesome. Well, I hope it all works out for you down the road, and we can talk down as the album comes together and work closer to the release date.
Okay, dude.
All right, man. That's pretty well it from my end.
I hope you get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get it.
Cool. Right on, dude.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, eh?
Good talking.
Thanks, same here.
Thanks, Richard.
Talk to you. Bye.
Peace.